Good evening. Hi, everybody. I was last week. I was listening to this National Geography there, show about animals, and there was these two old turtles. They must have been about at least 200 years old anyway. So they decided to fuck each other. Yeah, fuck each other. So one get on top of the other one, and you know how turtles are slow, eh? So he started fucking her and going left and right in all ways, eh? And 10 years later, that fucking turtle got fucked. Oh yeah, there was this woman. One day she was upstairs in her apartment, and they live on the second floor. And her husband was going to work. Okay, so her husband was a policeman, so he always carried a belly club right beside him, and he was going to work. So anyway, he went to work, took the cop car, went to work. So this old whore, or this whore, or whatever you call her, she sees this black guy or this darky walking down the street. Hey, she said, what are you doing? He said, well, man, I'm doing nothing. He said, you want to come upstairs and we'll fool around and fuck around? He said, sure. So he go right upstairs, takes his clothes off, and they start fucking and going at it. So anyway, what happened then, she heard a car pull up in the driveway. She looked from the second floor to the window. Oh, she said, my gosh, it's my husband. Hurry up, hide somewhere. She couldn't find a place to hide. She see this cubby hole right above the bedroom door. She said, you hide up there. So this darky go and hide there. Of course, his big balls was just hanging. And the cop walked upstairs. He said, hey, honey, I forgot my gun. He said, oh, she says it's right in the drawer over there. So he goes and take his gun, and whoa, he noticed those big black balls are hanging down the cubby hole. He said, what are those? Well, she said, those are chimes. Chimes? He said, I didn't order no chimes. Well, she said, it's good to have them, so I ordered them. They just came in today, she said. Oh, yeah, he said, how do they work? Well, she said, I don't know. I think you hit them. So he takes his big belly club and he whacked one hit his darky up in the cubby hole. He was holding his breath. Then he said, they don't ring, gonna hit it again. Well, he's holding his breath again, but he's getting a little bit more redder now. He's going, so he takes his belly club and beat the shit right out of that bag. Well, this darky fella got sick of it after a while. He jumped right down. He said, ding-a-ling, you motherfucker. Of course, it never did go too good with that old whore down the street. Yeah. I tell you, a lot of things happened today, eh? Thank you. Yeah. There was another guy. He went to the grocery stores, of course, and he was trying to, he was looking for toilet paper. And back in the 70s, the toilet paper, there was some blue, some pink, some yellow. So the guy said, you didn't have any toilet paper, man. He says, the guy, the grocery man, he said, well, I got some blue, some yellow, some pink. He said, I ain't fussy. He says, I'll take the white one and color it myself. There was a guy, a friend of mine, and hell, his name was Arnold. He just got married with this woman, so I went to the wedding, of course, and of course I was invited, eh? And he says to me, you want to just watch my wife a few minutes? I got to go to the bathroom. So he's gone, and I'm looking at her, his wife, and I'm staring at her. Oh, boy. She's awful looking, that motherfucker. I tell you right now, she looks like a freaking monkey that came out of the zoo. I never saw a looking thing like that. Why, her teeth are just buck-toothed, her eyes are crooked, and she's skinny as a toothpick, I'm telling you right now. So when my friend came over, I asked him, I said, what the hell are you doing with that thing? I told him low so she couldn't understand. He said, talk louder, she's deaf on top of that. You know, it's funny how things go in this life. Yeah. There was these 4 old women there. They was talking about what they planted in their garden, and they were collecting them in the fall, their vegetables, eh? This old woman, she comes up, and she said, you should see that. I got potatoes as big as this. The other woman, she says, well, my gosh, she says, I got carrots as big as this. The other one, she's comparing her cucumbers. She said, I got cucumbers long as this. And the 4th woman, she said, where do you say that man live? You know, there was another old whore down the street, of course, and her husband also was going to work. But before he took off, because he knew she was an old whore, he said to her, he said, now, I don't want you to fool around with any guys, or else when I get back, you're going to lay down, I'm going to pull every black hair out of your pussy. So she said, no problem there. She said, honey, you go to work, don't have to worry. So he goes to work, and, well, she sees this dark guy down the stairs. So she said, hey, come upstairs, we'll fool around, fuck around, and do some 69 and 78 and whatever. So he comes upstairs and said, yeah, man, I'm all ready. He says, well, take your clothes off, your undies, and we'll go at it. So they're going at it and going, and all at once she hears a car coming. Oh, boy, she looked through the window. Oh, Jesus, it's my husband. You better hurry up and hide under the bed, she said. So he goes and hide under the bed, but he forgot his undies on top of the bed. So what happened? Her husband come in and he's looking all around. He said, I forgot something. But he said, what's that? He said, a pair of undies. So I see you've been fooling around with somebody. No. Lay on that bed. He said, I'm going to pull every goddamn hair out of your pussy. So he just start pulling. And he comes to the last one. He had trouble to pull it. It was like crazy glue was on the damn thing. So he get one yank. He says, get out there, you black bastard. The dark guy comes out from under the bed. He said, I'm a-coming.